you very much, race fans. Sit back, buckle your seat. Will be the number 17H of Tom Hindley. Alongside Tom in the 717 car, that's Everett Halbrick. Row number 2, third spot, the 25 of Howie Finch. Alongside Howie in the R7 car, that's Bobby Hummer Jr. Row number 3, on the inside, spot number 5 in the 27, that's Stevie Botcher. Alongside Steve in the 17 car will be Ralph Hetzler. Row number 4, on the inside, spot number 7, the 280 car of Brad Holland. Alongside Brad in the 72, that's Billy Eggers. Row number 5, on the inside, spot number 9, the 61 car, Tommy Barrett. And alongside Tom in the 87, Rich Rosa. That's how they're set to go right now. The first qualifying event for the small block modifieds. And the Hudson Valley Good Old Guys pace car now swings to the infield down there in turn number 3 area. Starter Kenny Marshall down there in the flagger's perch. We're set to go racing. Small block modified style. Here they come out of turn number 4. The green flag flies, and here we go. Well, Tom Hindley, quick draw out there to the number 1 spot. Howie Finch motoring right behind. Stevie Botcher on the inside. Halbrick on the outside. Down the back straightaway they go right now. Halbrick looks to the high side. Botcher down low. The battle is on for spot number 2. Hindley sets himself up for turns number 3 and 4 right now. Finch on the outside. The countryside oil car. The 25 car back there in spot number 2. Botcher now into play for spot number 3. Bobby Hummer Jr., the Hummer Motorsports R7 car, back there in spot number 4. Halbrick back in spot number 5. Watch Howie Finch go down the back straightaway. Finch comes onto the low side. Hindley a little too strong. He keeps it up on the outside, holds on to the number 1 spot. Hindley rim riding coming on at turn number 4 right now. Finch looks down to the inside. Botcher right there like a heartbeat back in spot number 3. Hindley, the heat is on for the number 1 spot. Howie Finch picks that left front way up off the ground, coming out of turn number 2 this time. Finch on the inside groove, Hindley on the outside. Hindley knows that the heat is on. Howie Finch right there like a shadow in spot number 2. Stevie Botcher back in 3rd. Bobby Hummer back there, spot number 4, followed by Everett Halbrick. Halbrick rounds out the top 5. Here comes Howie Finch on the inside once again of Tom Hindley. Hindley caught on the outside. Finch got the motoring on the inside, and Finch switching lanes in a hurry as he takes over the number 1 spot. But here comes Stevie Botcher. Botcher now finding a home on the inside of that number 1 group, coming out of turn number 4 this time. The drag race is on the halfway point. 4 laps down and 4 to go. Howie Finch holds on to the lead just by a heartbeat. There's the number 27, Stevie Botcher, back there in spot number 2. Bobby Hummer back in 3rd spot. Halbrick is 4th. Ralph Hetzler back in spot number 5, followed by the 17 of Tom Hindley. Now the 1-2 shot coming out of turn number 4 this time. The 25 of Howie Finch and the 27 of Stevie Botcher. Can Botcher garner up enough horsepower to take over the number 1 spot? Howie Finch in the countryside oil car, very strong out here tonight. Botcher back there in spot number 2. Bobby Hummer is 3rd. Ralph Hetzler back there in spot number 4, followed by Halbrick back in spot 5. And Tom Hindley rounds out that top 6 qualifying order. 2 more laps to go, 2 to go this time around for the race leader, Howie Finch. Finch holds on to a steady number 1 spot. Botcher back there in spot number 2. Ralph Hetzler comes on to the low side of Bobby Hummer Jr. for spot number 3. Hummer holds off the hard-charging Hetzler down the back straightaway. White flag comes out this time. White flag set to fly. 1 more lap around the 5-8 mile, and it's going to be heat win time for Howie Finch. Finch holds on to it. A nice racing groove by the 25 car. Botcher back there in spot number 2. Ralph Hetzler now takes over 3rd spot. Bobby Hummer back there in spot number 4. The race is on for spot number 6, the final qualifying position. And the last lap takeover looks like it's going to be Howie, Brad Holland back there in spot number 6. Checkered flag flies for the 25 car, Howie Finch. Stevie Botcher is 2nd. Ralph Hetzler 3rd. Bobby Hummer Jr. 4th, followed by Everett Halbrick. Winner of the first qualifying heat event for the small blocks, the 25 car, Howie Finch, followed by Steve and the 21, Greg Morgan. Row number 5, the number 6 car, Brett Hearn, and the 14, Joe Guerin, followed by the 171, Tommy and Fuso. That's how they're set to go. The Good Old Guys, Hudson Valley Oldsmobile Association pace car, now into the infield. And we're set to go racing once again. Qualifying heat number 2. It's on tap. They come out of turn number 4. They pull the trigger, and we go racing. Chris Whitehead, the Vernon Poulin spot, 244 car, grabs that number 1 spot. Steve Dodd right there in second. Tommy Perego, the Roland Wrenches car, back there in third spot, followed by Bobby Hayes and Bill Cherry in the Asphalt Pavements 44. Cherry back there in the number 5 spot. He looks onto the inside right now with the 17, Bobby Hayes. Hayes losing out of the number 4 spot to Bill Cherry. Chris Whitehead holds on to a nice lead. The touch of class number 22 car back there in second, piloted by Steve Dodd. Dodd, a good small block modified campaigner in the 1991 circuit, back there in that runner-up spot right now. Tommy Perego back in third. Bill Cherry is fourth. Brett Hearn now takes over the number 5 spot. Hearn cooking back there in the number 5 go round, followed by Bobby Hayes for the final transfer spot. Steve Dodd comes on to the inside of Whitehead. And Dodd, nice and easy takeover for the number 1 spot. Steve Dodd, your new race leader, down the back straightaway, they motor. Watch Brett Hearn back there in the number 5 spot. He makes it 3 abreast real quick, but Cherry sneaks through for spot number 3. Cherry now third. Tommy Perego on the inside for that third place battle. And Brett Hearn makes it 3 abreast once again, coming down the home straightaway. Steve Dodd, your leader. Chris Whitehead is second. Bill Cherry on the high side for spot number 3. Cherry goes out around the top of Whitehead, but a little too high for Bill Cherry. He backs out of it, loses 3 more spots, going down the back straightaway. And a side-by-side battle right now for that third spot. You'd almost think double vision down there for that third place battle. The inside car, the number 6. At the halfway point, that is Brett Hearn. Hearn looks on to the inside of Whitehead right now for spot number 2. Tom Perego back in spot 4, followed by Bill Cherry and Bobby Hayes. Hearn on the inside, slingshot down the back straightaway, takes over spot number 2. Bill Cherry back there in that number 5 spot. Steve Dodd with a nice lead right now. Steve Dodd leading this heat event, coming down the home straightaway, stretching out the number 1 spot. Brett Hearn still second. Tom Perego third. Chris Whitehead is fourth. Bill Cherry back there in the number 5 spot. And Whitehead gets a little low on the inside, coming out of turn number 2. Cherry goes out around the outside, but the racing door gets closed. With 2 more laps to go, 2 to go this time. Bobby Hayes sitting back in the hot seat. He's back in that final qualifying position. 2 more times around the 5/8 mile for Steve Dodd, and he's got himself a second heat win right here. Brett Hearn closing in very, very quickly. Just 2 more laps to go. Can Brett Hearn close up that gap right now? And race leader Steve Dodd, that gap is dwindling, going down the backstretch. Third turn, Hearn slingshots up to the outside. White flag flies. Last racing action. The drag races on, and Brett Hearn comes out on top. Hearn pulls off the number 1 spot in the nick of time. A half a lap to go right now, and your new race leader is Brett Hearn. Yellow flag gonna fly. Yellow flag coming out. We all expected a checker, but it's no good. Association is Magnum Fabrications out of Riverdale, New Jersey. Single file restart once again. Brett Hearn, your current race leader. Second spot, the 22 Steve Dodd. Third is the number 8 car. That is the Roland Wrenches mount of Tommy Perego. Followed by the 244 Chris Whitehead. The Hudson Valley Good Olds Guys pace car now under the infield. And we're set to go racing as they come down the home straightaway this time. Green flag flies 1 more time around. Brett Hearn quickly stretching out the number 1 spot down the back straightaway. They motor. Dodd is second. Bill Cherry comes up to play once again for spot number 6. Now he tries to get underneath Bobby Hayes for 1 more spot. He is in a qualifying position. And Cherry goes up to the high side, and Chris Whitehead gets around sideways. The checker flag flies for Brett Hearn. Steve Dodd is second. Tom Perego third. Bill Cherry is fourth. Sixth car, Brett Hearn. Second spot, Steve Dodd. Third, Tom Perego. Fourth, Bill Cherry. Fifth is Bobby. That's how they're set to go racing right now. Third qualifying event for the 358 Modifieds. Remember, 8 laps, top 6 finishers get that starting spot in tonight's 30-lap feature go round. The Hudson Valley Good Olds Guys pace car back to the infield right now. The C&H Body Shop number 2 car, Red Muir, up there in the pole. He's your pace setter coming out of turn number 4 right now. Green flag flies and we go racing. Gary Lusher keeps it on the outside, strong on the outside, taking over that number 1 spot. Red Muir back there in spot number 2. Bill Dianella taking a rim shot ride down the back straightaway as they go racing side by side with Kirk Van Duzer for spot number 3. Don Shepard back there, the RJL Express in spot number 5, followed by the K3 car. Bobby Croft looked out for Tom Rosselli. In scored. 1 lap down, 7 to go. It will be a double file restart. Inside, your current race leader. Outside, the number 2 car, Red Muir. Second row, the 777 car, Bill Dianella. Followed by the 24K, Kirk Van Duzer. Pace car now to the infield. We're set to go racing once again. Caution lights get turned out. The race safe systems get turned off. We set to go back. Green flag action coming down the home straightaway. Lusher back to the number 1 spot. Red Muir on the inside. Van Duzer right there like a heartbeat in spot number 3. Followed by Bill Dianella. Little bit of bumping and a grinding going on down there at turn number 2 with the 53 Don Shepard. Shepard holds on to a qualifying spot, as does Jimmy Johnson. Johnson on the inside with the 77 car back there in that number 6 spot. Remember, only 6 cars qualified. Gary Lusher holds on to that lead. Lusher stretching out the number 1 spot. Red Muir back there in spot number 2. 24K of Kirk Van Duzer, 3rd spot, followed by Bill Dianella, Jimmy Johnson, and Don Shepard. Shepard rounding out the top 6 running order right now, and he is the man on the bubble. The hot seat position right now, spot number 6, that final transfer spot. That is being held by Don Shepard, while the Hayes Camp's mobile 44L car continued to dominate this heat race event. Lusher out to the high side, down the back straightaway. Red Muir still 2nd. Van Duzer still 3rd. Bill Dianella back in spot number 4. Jimmy Johnson spot 5, followed by the 53 Don Shepard. Halfway point this time. 4 laps down, 4 to go. Gary Lusher holds on to the lead. Lusher dominating this heat event. Red Muir still back in 2nd spot. Van Duzer is 3rd. 777 car, Bill Dianella back there in spot number 4. Jimmy Johnson 5th. The RJL Express 53 Don Shepard back there in spot number 6. Gary Lusher driving a fine racing groove out here tonight, can do no wrong. The battle shaping up right now for the number 5 place position, but the door gets closed on Don Shepard motoring down the back straightaway. We're coming up on 2 laps to go, 2 to go this time around. Lusher out here all by his lonesome in the number 1 spot, but the race of the night going on back there in that number 5 place battle right now. Jimmy Johnson on the inside. Don Shepard looks to the outside. Time's winding down for Shepard to make a move on Johnson. Down the back straightaway they motor. Johnson back in spot number 5. White flag a flying this time. And Shepard makes a move to the high side. Back there in spot number 5. Don Shepard on the outside. Jimmy Johnson on the inside. White flag comes out. 1 more lap to go. The battle going on for spot number 5. Don Shepard takes over. Last lap racing action right now. Shepard not giving up. He's on the outside. Shepard going for spot number 4. Last lap action down the back straightaway. Bill Dianella back there holds on to spot number 3. Checkered flag coming out this time. The winner of heat number 3 for the small block 358 modifieds, Gary Lusher. 2nd spot, Red Muir. 3rd spot is Kirk Van Duzer, followed by Bill Dianella, Jimmy Johnson, and Don Shepard. Followed by the 75, Bob Deeney. The 28 of Bill Cherry, the 7 of Terry Zidema, and the 18 Bud Chrisman, the Hudson Valley good old guys. Take it back into the infield right now in the pace car. We get set to go racing. Coming out of turn number 4 this time. The green flag flies. Here we go. Well, the 30 of Scott Goodrich pulling that number 1 place trigger early. And the 30 of Goodrich holds on to the number 1 spot of Richie Urich right there in spot number 2. Urich comes up to the high side. Urich on the outside. Rim Riding coming out of turn number 4 this time. The race is on for the number 1 place battle. And Richie Urich grabs that 1st place over Scott Goodrich. Urich now your new leader. Goodrich is 2nd. Chris Tuthill 3rd. Tuthill goes up to the outside. Here comes Carl Van Horn. Carl Fuzzy Van Horn on the inside. Takes over spot number 3. Tuthill back there in spot number 4. Jasm Balski back in spot number 5, followed by the triple nickel car, the 555 of Richie Smith. 6 cars qualify. Only 6 cars qualify. And the 97 car, Stevie Botcher, coming up for qualifying play right now. Botcher on the inside of Richie Smith. Hometown buddies scraping down the back straight. straightaway, and Botcher takes over the number 6 place right now. The battle still continuing for the number 6 place battle on the outside. Richie Smith on the inside. Stevie Botcher. Richie Urich now stretching out the number 1 spot. Stevie Botcher back there in spot number 6. Urich holds on to the lead. Van Horn back there in spot number 2. Goodrich is third. Goodrich back there in third spot. But here comes Chris Tuthill on the inside. Tuthill takes over that 3rd place. Goodrich back and forth. We're coming up on the halfway point. 4 laps down and 4 to go this time for Richie Urich. Carl Van Horn is 2nd. Chris Tuthill 3rd. Scotty Goodrich back there in the number 4 slot. On the inside, the 97 of Stevie Botcher taking over right now for spot number 5. Back in spot number 6 right now, the Hollywood Express number 88, Frankie J. Frank Jazombowski. Now Jazombowski got his hands full. Richie Smith right there in his tail on the outside. Chuck McKee on the inside. Rich Urich holds on to the nice race lead right now. Carl Van Horn is 2nd. Tuthill 3rd. Goodrich 4th. Stevie Botcher back in spot 5 on the inside. Here comes Richie Smith back on the outside for spot number 6. Now Smith coming up to the outside of Botcher. Smith wants that number 5 place back. He's rim riding down turns number 3 and 4 right now. The triple nickel car, Richie Smith, looks like a good takeover right now. Coming down the home straightaway. Botcher keeping up the stump on the inside. The race of the evening right now going on back there in that number 5 place battle. Time is running out. Richie Urich, the white flag, going to fly this time. Urich with a nice lead over 2nd spot runner Carl Van Horn in the Harmony Sand and Gravel 71E car. Van Horn back in 2nd. Tuthill still 3rd. Goodrich is 4th. Stevie Botcher back in spot number 5. And Richie Smith right there like a heartbeat in spot number 6. Smith looks up to the outside. Last lap racing action now, motoring down the back straightaway. Smith back there in that final qualifying position. Checkered flag coming out this time. Watch Smith and Botcher down there in turns 3 and 4. The heat wave going out to Richie Urich. 2nd spot, Carl Van Horn. 3rd is Chris Tuthill. 4th, Scott Goodrich. 5th is Stevie Botcher. Followed by the 6th place car, the triple nickel. Row number 6 in the 747, Danny McKiernan. And the 1X of Luke LaPlante. That's how they're set to go racing right now for the 2nd Big Block Modified qualifying heat. Hudson Valley good old guys pace car down to the inside right now. And we get set to go racing. Big Block Modified style. The 2nd qualifying heat of the evening. Remember, 8 laps, 6 cars qualified. The green flag flies, and here we go. Wilson holds on to the lead, but here comes Brad Holland on the inside. Holland with the Rockbusters 280 car takes over the number 1 spot, motoring down the back chute right now. Robbie Green, the Green Machine, on the inside groove on the inside spot right now for spot number 2. But the 7 car, Billy Wilson, putting up an excellent fight for that 2nd place battle. Wilson holds on to the 2nd place. Robbie Green 3rd. Sammy Rogers back there in spot number 4. The Magnum Fabrications body, the 74 car, Jeff Hetzler, the Diet Pepsi Express, now takes over spot number 5. Here comes Brett Hearn on the inside, a Stan Sherman for spot number 6. Remember, 6 cars qualify. Your race leader coming out of turn number 4 right now, the 280 of Brad Holland. The 7 car, Billy Wilson, right back there. He's closing up that gap very, very quickly. Robbie Green, the Green Machine, back there in 3rd spot. Jeff Hetzler, the 74 car, the Diet Pepsi Express mount. He's back there in spot number 4. Here comes Brett Hearn on the low side of Sammy Rogers for spot number 5. The 1R car, Sammy Rogers, back there in the hot seat right now. The final qualifying position. Back in transfer spot number 6. Holland holds on to the lead. Wilson still 2nd. Hetzler looks to the outside. Hetzler back there in that 4th place. Garners up the horsepower. Rim rides down the back stretch. And he looks on to the inside of Robbie Green right now. Green driving a fine racing groove up in that 3rd spot. And Jeff Hetzler looks for room to go racing on the inside. Coming out of turn number 4 this time. The halfway point is out. 4 laps down and 4 to go. Look at that 3-way battle for the number 3 place right now. Hetzler on to the inside. Robbie Green right back there in that 4th spot. Here comes Brett Hearn on the inside. Down the back straightaway. Jeff Hetzler now running in 3rd. Brett Hearn back there on the inside for that 4th place battle. Robbie Green on the outside doing a good job on the high side. Hearn takes over the 4th place battle. Robbie Green now back in spot number 5, followed by Sammy Rogers. Rogers rounds out the top 6 qualifying picture. Brad Holland, the Pro-Tran Rockbusters 280 car, dominating this heat event. We're coming up on 2 laps to go. Holland nice and easy down there in turn number 4. Billy Wilson back there in the number 2 spot. The battle is off in that 3rd place right now on the inside. Jeff Hetzler on the outside. It's Brett Hearn. Hearn looks up to the outside going into turn number 1 this time. That car is thinking light blue coming out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway they motor. Hetzler holds on to 3rd place. Hearn is 4th. Robbie Green back in spot number 5. Sammy Rogers rounding out the top 6 running order. White flag getting set to fly this time. One more lap around the 5A file. And it looks like it's going to be a heat win for Brad Holland. Holland going to encounter a back marker, the Kirby number 19, Kevin Avadingo. He goes around him now, down the back straightaway. Brad Holland holds on to it. Billy Wilson 2nd, Jeff Hetzler 3rd, Brett Hearn is 4th. Checkered flag getting set to fly this time. Coming out of turn number 4, the winner of heat number 2, Brad Holland. 2nd spot, Billy Wilson, Jeff Hetzler 3rd, Brett Hearn is 4th. Robbie Green, spot number 5, followed by the 1Rs to the 47, Davey Jenkins, the 92, Ralph Hetzler. Row 3, the 79, Roger Horvath, and the 21, Gary Edwards. Row 4, the 97, Jerry Higbee, and the 00, Bobby Sullivan. Row 5, the triple nickel of Richie Smith, and the 44, Frank Cozy. Row number 5, and the 8 car, Stevie Barrett, and the 525 of Jerry Morgan, followed by the number 2 car, Carl Reynolds. That's how they're set to go racing. Hey, it's good to see Stevie Botcher back behind the wheel of the Coors Silver Bullet Racing number 8 car. And, of course, Stevie Barrett, of course, out of racing for a long time. Barrett back in that number 8 car. We go racing right down, coming down the home straightaway. Well, the race is on. Down there in turn number 1, and Art Brose grabs the number 1 spot, but here comes Carl Pittenger on the inside. Pittenger, the Circle K car, gets a nose in down low. The door gets closed on him, going down in turn number 3 right now. On back there in that 3rd spot, the 92 car, Ralph Hetzler. Hetzler back there in that 3rd spot. 4th place battle right now, all by his lonesome. The 47 car, Davey Jenkins. Roger Horvath back there in spot number 5. And Richie Smith back there in spot number 6. Art Brose holds on to the number 1 spot. 92 Ralph Hetzler back there in spot number 2. 3rd spot, the Circle K car, Carl Pittenger, followed by Davey Jenkins, Roger Horvath, and the battle now taking shape for spot number 6 on the inside, Frank Cozy. Cozy grabs that final qualifying position down the back straightaway. Frank Cozy out of Wind Gap, Pennsylvania. The Waits Construction car holds on to the number 1 spot. Art Brose holds on to the lead. 2nd spot, it's still Ralph Hetzler. 3rd, Carl Pittenger. 4th, Davey Jenkins. Back in spot number 5, the 44 car, Frank Cozy. And back in spot number 6, the 79, Roger Horvath. Coming up on the halfway point this time. 4 laps down, 4 to go. And continuing to lead at the halfway point, the Brose Racing 701 car, Art Brose. Ralph Hetzler still back in spot number 2. Carl Pittenger is 3rd. Davey Jenkins back in spot number 4. Frank Cozy back in spot 5. Roger Horvath holds on to that final qualifying position, spot number 6. As they set themselves up right now for turns number 3 and 4, now on the tip side of this heat event. And down the home straightaway, once again, Art Brose continues to hold on to the number 1 place battle. Ralph Hetzler back there in spot number 2. Carl Pittenger is 3rd. Frank Cozy back there in spot number 4 right now. Davey Jenkins is 5th, and Roger Horvath holds on to that final qualifying position. Coming up on 2 laps to go, 2 to go this time around. Coming up on 2 laps to go. Art Brose holds on to the number 1 place. Brose still your winner. Ralph Hetzler is 2nd. Stevie Botcher 3rd. Frank Cozy back there in spot number 4. Davey Jenkins rounding out the top 5. Roger Horvath. Roger the Rocket out of Mayo Pack, New York, holds on to that final qualifying position. Carl Reynolds sideways down there in turn number 2. That will bring out the yellow flag. Yellow flag out right now for the number 2, the number 8 car. Back 2 years ago, and he's back behind the same wheel once again out of Florida, New York. Coming by us right now, the number 8 of Stevie Barron. Single file restart. 7 laps down, 1 to go. Pace car gets set to pull onto the infield this time. Art Brawls, your current leader. Ralph Hetzler back there in spot number 2. And the Carl Pittenger car back in spot number 3. It's going to be green and checkered as they come out of turn number 4 this time. Green flag flies, and here we go. Well, one more lap to go. Can Art Bros hold on to it? Hot shoe. Ralph Hetzler right there, nose and tail down the back straightaway. Hey, here comes Frank Cozy on the inside. Cozy takes over that third place battle. Carl Pittenger back in spot number 4. Watch that battle back there for that final qualifying position. Checkered flag flying right down. The winner of heat number 3, the 701, Art Bros. Ralph Hetzler second, Cozy third. Carl Pittenger back in spot number 4, followed by Richie Smith and Dave Jenkins. Row number 7 in the number 85 car, Greg Slate, and the 99 of Eddie Weyer. Followed back in row number 8 by the 69, Ken Boniface, and the number 8 car, J.D. Taylor. And we go racing, the first of 2 Dirt Sportsman feature events. Tom Foley, the All Points Auto Parts, number 26 car, grabs the number 1 spot. Bobby Ryder right there in second. Here comes the Magnum Fabrication 357 car onto the inside, right down for spot number 2. Gary Huber, the Magnum Fabrication 357 car, he's down there in second spot. And the yellow flag sets the flying of problems down there in turn number 2. So the 477 of Bobby Scott. To the infield right now. The All-Points Auto Parts 26 car. He comes on at turn number 4 right now. And the Magnum Fabrication 357 on the outside. And Gary Huber takes over the lead right now. Gary Huber, your new race leader in the 357G car. Tom Foley second, Tommy Griner third. Scott Muller down the back straightaway the inside. For spot number 4, Kenny Thompson. Tompkins on the high side right now. Thompson's back there, 1910 car. Back there in spot number 5. The Magnum Fabrication 357 car. Gary Huber coming down the whole straightaway. And Gary holds on the lead. The car stretching out the number 1 spot right now. Gary Huber stretches out the number 1 spot. Tom Foley in second. Foley back there in the number 2 spot. Bobby Ryder third. Scott Muller back there in spot number 4 with the car number 32. Number 4 right now. The Magnum Fabrication 357. Huber, very consistent, stretching out that number 1 spot. Tom Foley back there in spot number 2. Bobby Dyke in third. Bob Ryder back there in spot number 4. Here comes Jim Stewart Sr. back there in spot number 6 right now. And Stewart jumps up the play in the zone. 621. Scott Muller back there in spot number 5. Muller onto the inside. Bob Ryder. Ryder holds on to spot number 4. And 2 inside by side as they make a break into the top 5. Here comes Steve Birchwell. Bobby Dipe, something breaking on that car. Birchwell comes up the play right now for spot number 4. Something wrong with Bobby Dipe's number 18 car. He's nursing that car down the back straight away. The yellow flag comes out. Yellow out. County Speedway. Magnum Fabrications, piloted by the 357G car right now. That is Gary Huber. Ronnie Huber will be out in the second Dirt Sportsman feature with his second Magnum Fabrications entry. And they produce some of the sleekest race car bodies and chassis around. That's Magnum Fabrications, Riverdale, New Jersey. Back onto the infield. Gary Huber gets set to go back racing on the inside of turn number 4 right now. Tom Foley on the outside, double. The green flag flies, and here we go. Gary Huber once again grabs the number 1 spot. Tom Foley is second. Steve Birchwell now in there for spot number 3. Birchwell on the inside. Third place battle down the back straightaway. Here comes Jim Tewitt on the inside of Bobby Ryder for spot number 4. Coming up on the halfway point this time, Tewitt Tuitt takes over spot number 4. The battle is on back there for that number 5 place battle on the outside of Bobby Ryder, the inside Scott Muller. Ken Boniface coming up through the pack very quickly. Boniface on the outside makes a break into the top 5 action. The second place battle is on. Birchwell losing ground on the outside. And that took off the front end of Stevie Birchwell. He's in problems. Yellow comes out. Yellow flag coming out right now. Stevie Birchwell moving up the back very, very quickly in the wrong place, the wrong time. One car riding up over the top of that car. And that took out the front suspension of that car. Stevie Birchwell gets the ride back to the infield right now on the back of the tow truck. Tough break for that good Dirt Sportsman runner. Pace car goes on to the infield. Single file race start. Gary Huber, your number 1 place man right now. Pacing that field coming out of turn number 4. Tom Foley back there in spot number 2. The green flag flies and we go racing. Jim Tuitt on the inside. Spot number 3. Here comes Ken Boniface on the outside. Boniface, that Pine Bush equipment car, can do no wrong on the outside. Taking over spot number 4, going down the back straightaway. Tuitt looks to the inside. Jim Tuitt, the Clippers Auto Parts car, pulls up into the number 2 spot. Tom Foley third. Ken Boniface back there in spot number 4. Boniface out to the outside this time. Gary Huber, the Magnum Fabrications car, holds on to the lead. Jim Tuitt is second. Ken Boniface onto the inside. Spot number 3 right now for Boniface in the Pine Bush Equipment number 69 car. Tom Foley back there in spot number 4. Muller back in. 5 more times around. The lightning fast 5/8 mile hard play for the Magnum Fabrications 357 car, Gary Huber. Huber holds on to a nice lead. Tuitt might be having some handling problems going through the turn. Boniface comes onto the inside. The drag race is on down the back straightaway. Boniface on the inside. Tuitt on the outside. Ken Boniface takes over the runner-up position. Boniface motoring well right now. Coming out of turn number 4 up there in spot number 2. Jim back there in 3rd spot. Tom Foley is 4th. Scott Muller back in spot number 5. Gary Huber holds on to the lead. Ken Boniface trying to play catch-up back there in spot number 2 right now. Time running out, just 4 more laps to go. Ken Boniface close up that racing gap between himself and the Magnum Fabrications 357 car of Gary Huber. Huber running like a hell's on fire out there tonight, like a rocket sled on rails, and he can do no wrong. And that car dominating so far in this first Sportsman feature event. 3 abreast coming out of turn number 2 right now for that 3rd, 4th place battle. 2 more laps to go coming up this time. 2 more laps. Gary Huber, your racing leader right now. Ken Boniface closing in very, very quickly. Boniface back there in that 2nd spot. Jim Tuitt is 3rd right now. Tom Foley 4th. Greg Slate now makes a break into the top 5 running order. Greg Slate 5th, the high-low shuffle. 3 abreast coming out of turn number 2 once again. White flag and apply. Boniface standing on the Boniface up to race leader Gary Huber. Coming out of turn number 4, the white flag is on, and it's a bumper-to-bumper battle coming down the home straightaway. Last lap racing action. Here we go out of turn number 2. Gary Huber knows the time is running out. Boniface goes up to the outside down the back straightaway. Boniface going to try and make a move for the number 1 place. Coming in turns number 3 and 4. 2 more left turns. We're going to feature winner. Boniface on the inside. Side by side, they come out of turn number 4. The checkered flag in the air for the Magnum Fabrications car, Gary Huber. Ken Boniface is 2nd. Jim Tuitt 3rd. Greg Slate is 4th. And Tom Foley back in spot number 5. 2nd Dirt Sportsman feature. Meanwhile, we got ourselves a consolation coming out for the small block modifieds. Once again, the winner of the first Dirt Sportsman feature, the Magnum Fabrications 357 of Gary Huber. 2nd spot, Ken Boniface. 3rd is Jimmy Tuitt. 4th, Greg Slate. And 5th, the 26 of Tom Foley. Car on the inside of row number 2. Tommy Barron on the outside. Tommy and Fuso on the inside of row 3. The J7 car, the Wilton Food sponsored mount of John Finley outside row number 3. The good old guys pace car comes on to play on the infield right now. 8 laps, 6 cars qualify. as we go racing consolation style for the small block modifieds. Here we motor out of turn number 4 this time. Kenny Marshall got the green flag in the air, and we go racing. Joe Garrett up onto the high side, grabs that number 1 spot right now. Hindley right there in a bumper-to-bumper battle. Barrett on the outside. Tommy Barrett very strong down the back straightaway. Barrett pulls up to the high side of Joe Garrett. Going into turns 3 and 4. And we've got problems yet down there in the turn 1 area as Bobby Krunk got sideways. That will bring out the yellow flag as Bobby Krunk got sideways going into turn number 2. So the ready to go racing once again. The good old guys pace car back to the infield. 1 lap has been down, 1 down, and 7 to go in the small block consolation. Remember, 6 cars qualify into tonight's 30-lap feature event. Here we go, racing once again. Hindley grabbing that number 1 spot. Garrett on the outside. Tommy Barrett on the inside. And Barrett back there in 3rd spot. Here comes Chris Whitehead. Whitehead back there in spot number 3. Garrett losing ground going down the back straightaway. Hindley back there, your number 1 place man right now. Tommy Barrett is 2nd. Chris Whitehead 3rd. 4th place right now, the number 14 Joe Garrett back in spot number 5. The 73 Johnny Marsh. Followed by the K3 car, Bobby Krunk. John Finley got problems with the Wilton Foods car, and he'll be heading back to the infield with a left front flat racing tire on that car. Meanwhile, the leader down there in turn number 4, the 17 car, Tom Hindley. Hindley comes motoring down the home chute this time. Tommy Barrett is 2nd. Tom Hindley back there in the number 1 place. Barrett 2nd, Chris Whitehead back in 3rd spot. Joe Garrett is 4th. Johnny Marsh back in spot number 5. And Bobby Krunk back there in spot number 6. We're coming up on the halfway point this time. Halfway, 4 laps down and 4 to go. Hindley holds on to the number 1 place right now. Tommy Barrett 2nd. Here comes Chris Whitehead. Whitehead closing in very quickly back there in that 3rd spot. Joe Garrett on the high side. Spot number 4. Here comes Johnny Marsh on the inside. Marsh takes over spot number 4. Garrett back to spot number 5. Bobby Krunk, the Di Stefano epoxy flooring car, back there in spot number 6. Here's your final qualified car right now. Hindley holds on to the lead. Tom Barrett is 2nd. Chris Whitehead, the Vernon Pool and Spa Service 244 car, back there in spot number 3. Bumper-to-bumper battle for that 2nd place position. Tommy Barrett holds on to the runner-up position. Hindley still your leader. Coming up on 2 laps to go, 2 to go this time around. Tom Hindley holds on to the lead. Yellow comes out. Yellow comes out. We got problems with the 61 car. Tell you what, probably the finest we've seen that 61 car ride the whole season long. A tough break for Tommy Barrett after he was doing an outstanding job up there in the 2nd position as he got himself sideways down there between 3 and 4. 6 laps have now been complete. 6 down, 2 to go in the 358 modified consolation event, once again brought to us by the Hudson Valley Good Old current race leader down there in turn number 3, the 17H car, Tom Hindley. 2nd spot is Chris Whitehead. 3rd, Johnny Marsh, followed by Bobby Krunk. Coming out of turn number 4 right now. Green flag flies, and we go back to racing once again. Hindley holds on to the lead. Whitehead chasing him down the back straightaway. Bobby Krunk on to the inside of Johnny Marsh. Krunk takes over spot number 3. The white flag comes out this time. White flag coming out one more time around the Orange County Oval. And it's a consolation victory for the 17 car. Yellow out, yellow coming out. Have to go in this dirt sport, a small block modified consolation event. Caution lights get turned off right now. Single file restart, green and checkered. One more lap around, and one more time to get himself a starting spot here in tonight's 30-lap feature event. Coming down in turn number 4 right now, a pace car. Back to the infield. Starter Kenny Marshall ready with that green flag. Hindley comes on at turn number 4. The green flag flies. We go back to racing. Chris Whitehead back there in spot number 2. Bobby Cronk is third. Johnny Marsh back in spot number 4. Robbie Green back in spot 5. Followed by the 87 car, Rich Rosa. Down the back chute they go. 2 more left turns. Checkered flag getting ready right now. The winner of the 358 modified consolation in his 17H car, Tom Hindley. Second spot, Chris Whitehead. Third, Bobby Cronk. Fourth, it's Johnny Marsh, followed by Robbie Green and Rich Rosa. Outside row will get the play first out here for consolation. So that means that the 22 of Stan Sherman, he'll be up on pole. 88 Frank Jazombowski back in spot number 2. Third spot, the 97 of Jerry Higbee. Fourth, the number 1X of Luke LaPlante. Spot number 5 in the 75 car, Bob Deeney. Spot number 6 will be the number 8 of Stevie Bitt. 4 cars will qualify. 4 cars qualify out of each of the... Caution lights get turned out. We're set to go racing. Consolation style for the big block modified. Stan Sherman, your pole sitter. Bringing him down in turns number 3 and 4 right now. The Hudson Valley Good Olds Guys pace car. Back to the infield. Here we come on a turn number 4. Green flag flies and we go racing. Stan Sherman, the Sherman racing car, grabs that number 1 spot. Higbee gets up the high a little bit with that 97 car. Stevie Barron out around the top of Jerry Higbee right now for spot number 4. Stan Sherman. Sherman holds on to the lead. Right now back there in spot number 2, the 88 car, Frank Jazombowski. Third place, the 1 car, Luke Flint. Fourth place is the number 8 of Stevie Barron. Back in spot number 5, the 97, Jerry Higbee. 4 cars qualify. Stan Sherman takes him down the back straightaway. Frank Jazombowski is second. Luke Plant back there in third spot. Stevie Barrett holds on to that final qualifying position. Barrett back there in the number 8 car. He's right now in 4th position. Jerry Higbee 1 spot out of qualifying. Back in spot number 5. Stan Sherman holding on to that number 1 spot. Frank Jazombowski. Frankie J back there in the runner-up spot. Barrett goes down to the inside of Plant down the back straightaway. Plant on the outside. Plant with the extend number 1 car on the high side down there in turn number 3 right now. Holds on to that 3rd spot. Stevie Barrett right there like a shadow, but here comes Jerry Higbee. Barrett down the home straightaway, and he gets a little mixed up with Jerry Higbee. Higbee back there in spot number 4. The bumper-to-bumper battle down the back straightaway. Jazombowski goes on to the inside, coming up to the halfway point this time. Halfway coming up on the inside, Frank Jazombowski on the outside. Stan Sherman. Sherman on the high side, down the home straightaway, holds on to the number 1 spot. Frank Jazombowski back there like a shadow in spot number 2. Jerry Higbee third. Luke Plant back there in the number 1 car. He's back there in 4th position right now. Stevie Barrett 1 spot out of qualifying, back in spot number 5. Stan Sherman holds on to the lead right now. Frank Jazombowski going to try him up on the high side. Coming out of turn number 4 this time. Jazombowski holds on to the lead coming down the home straightaway. Bumper to bumper. 1 and 2 nose and tail right now. And Jazombowski looks up to the high side. Jerry Higbee back there in 3rd spot. Luke Plant is 4th. Stevie Barrett back in spot number 5. Coming up on 2 laps to go. 2 to go this time around. 2 to go, Frank Jazombowski. Can Jazombowski get around race leader Stan Sherman? Sherman on the high side, down the home straightaway. Sherman holds on to the lead. Frank Jazombowski looks out to the outside. Jerry Higbee back there in spot number 3. Luke Plant back in spot number 4 right now. Anybody's win still in store. Stan Sherman holds on to the lead. White flag coming out this time. White flag, the bumper-to-bumper battle for the number 1 spot is on. Last lap racing, Jazombowski comes onto the inside. Frankie J onto the inside, Jazombowski down low, Sherman on the outside. Frank Jazombowski grabs the number 1 spot in the nick of time. Down the back straightaway they motor this time. Frank Jazombowski holds on to the lead. Stan Sherman is second. Jerry Higbee back there in spot number 3. The checkered flag coming out this time. The winner of this first big block consolation event, the number 88, Frank Jazombowski. Stan Sherman is second. Jerry Higbee third. And fourth place, it's going to be close to number 1 car, Luke Flynn. Well, there you have it. Win number 3, Gary Edwards and Bruce Jehoda. Row number 4, the Jerry Morgan car and Bill Cherry, followed by Dan McKiernan and Kevin Avaningo, the Kirby number 19 mount. Now the pace car goes into the infield. We're set to go racing once again. Second big block modified consolation on tap. 8 laps, 4 cars qualify into tonight's 50-lap feature event. Here we go, coming out of turn number 4 this time. The green flag flies and we go racing. Chuck McKee, the Burroughs Racing 702 car, grabs the number 1 spot. Here comes Tommy Hager. Hager, the R&R Provisions 43 car, picks up second spot. Roger Horvath, the Heritage Energy Mobile 1 Racing Oil number 79 car, back there in third spot right now. Horvath up to the high side, coming out of turn number 4. Gary Edwards picks up spot number 3, Horvath fourth. Back there in spot number 5, here comes Bud Crispin on the low side. Crispin picks up spot number 4, Horvath back to 5th, followed by the number 28. Bill Cherry in the 28 out there tonight in the Pleasant Valley Ford car. Chuck McKee stretching out the number 1 spot. Tommy Hager is second. Gary Edwards third. Bud Crispin back in spot number 4. Roger Horvath back in spot number 5, followed by Bill Cherry. That is Bill Cherry in the 28 car. Cherry in the Pleasant Valley Ford 28 tonight, filling in for Rich Rickey. Race leader coming out of turn number 4 right now, the 702 car, Chuck McKee. Second spot still Tommy Hager. Hager out of Easton, Pennsylvania, the R&R Provisions 43 bout. Gary Edwards still back there in third spot. Bud Crispin looking strong back there in spot number 4. Roger Horvath out of Mayo Pack, New York, strong runner back there in spot number 5. We're coming up on the halfway point, 4 laps down and 4 to go. Chuck McKee holds on to a nice lead. Hager trying to close up that gap back there in second spot. Gary Edwards third, Bud Crispin is fourth. Roger Horvath back there in spot number 5. Bill Cherry doing a good job back there in spot number 6. 4 cars qualify right now, just 4 cars qualify. And Bud Crispin back there, he's in the hot seat position in that final transfer spot. Laps to go, 2 to go this time for race leader Chuck McKee. We motor down the home chute this time. Tommy Hager back there in second spot. Gary Edwards back in third, Bud Crispin is fourth. Crispin back there in the number 4 spot with a John Joseph drilling and blasting 18 car. Coming up on 2 laps to go. Hey, we're going to be talking a white flag lap this time around. White flag comes out this time. White flag comes out. 1 more lap to go for the 702 of Chuck McKee. Tommy Hager back in second spot. Gary Edwards third. Bud Crispin is fourth. Checkered flag coming out tonight. Checkered flag coming out right now for the number 702 car. The winner of the second big block consolation, the 702 Chuck McKee. Second spot, Tommy Hager. Third is Gary Edwards. Fourth is Bud Crispin.
Evening, he's sitting down in the staging area. So maybe Brother Ronnie will be able to duplicate his feature event and have the 2 Magnum Fabrication number 357s in Victory Lane. That remains to be seen at the end of this 15-lap. So the caution light gets turned out around the Speedway. The Hudson Valley good old guy pace car moves it down to the inside up there in turn number 3. The pacing dude is handed over to Donnie Smith and Scott Dickey. As they go between turns number 3 and 4, they hit the giddy-up, go-ahead mark up at turn number 4. The green flag flies, and down in front straightaway we come. Scott Dickey grabs that number 1 spot away down as we head into turns number 1 and 2 with Bruce Sloan right behind with the Z28. Sloan, a 2-time feature winner in the 1990 season, grabs that runner-up spot away with Donnie Smith back to third. Here comes Kevin Van Valkenburg. Van Valkenburg slides into the top 5 running order right now, dropping Stevens back to 6 as we get set to come up at turn number 4. Problems out on the backstretch. Caution out around the Speedway. Korea. and the Barry's Auto Parts Magnum Fabrication. They're out of Riverdale, New Jersey. Proud sponsors of Ronnie Huber. Running back in spot number 8. Let's keep our eye on him as the pace car sets him free down in turns number 3 and 4. Scott Dickey and Bruce Sloan going to get set to come off at turn number 4. Side by side, starter Kennedy Marshall waves the green flag, and down the front straight away we go. Bruce Sloan from the high side grabs the number 1 spot away from Dickey as Donnie Smith hangs on to spot number 3, and here comes Kevin Van Valkenburg. Van Valkenburg now takes over spot number 3, begins to pull away from Smith as they head down towards turn number 3. Donnie Smith running in spot number 4 with Ricky Lapine, now running in spot number 5. Lenny Bogart goes at it side by side with Gary Radar Stevens for spot number 6 off of turn number 4 down at first straightaway. Bruce Sloan hangs on to the number 1 spot right now with Gary Radar Stevens doing some side by side and with Ricky Lapine off of turn number 2. Stevens takes over turn number 4. Look out for the Racing Hubers. Problems on the backstretch with Mark Huber. Rejoining at the tail end of the field. Hill back in row number 8 all by his lonesome. So the track is now clear down in turn number 2. The caution light gets turned out around the speedway as the pace car swings it back down to the low side up in turn number 3. Bruce Sloan very, very quick on the accelerator. Wants to hold on to that number 1 spot as we get the set to come up at turn number 4. Starter Kenny Marshall waves the green flag down the first straightaway we go. Bumper to bumper towards turn number 1. Bruce Sloan hangs on to the number 1 spot with Scott Dickey now right there for second, and Kevin Van Valkenburg running in spot number 3. Side by side for spot number 4. Donnie Smith on the high side doing some battle now with Gary Stevens. Gary Radar Stevens trying to work over Donnie Smith as we go in between turns number 3 and 4. Running in spot number 5 right now is Van Valkenburg. Closes in on the 43 of Dickey off at turn number 3. Eddie Redner slicing and dicing in the back of the pack, trying to work his way up right now, running in spot number 6. Kevin Van Valkenburg hangs on to spot number 3 with Gary Stevens and Donnie Smith once again battling it out for spot number 4 down into turn number 3. Donnie Smith hangs on to spot number 4 with Eddie Redner. Now up on the high side of Stevens. Off at turn number 4, Eddie Redner trying to make a break into the top 5. 3 abreast racing action down towards turn number 1. Lenny Bogart down into turn number 1. Problems. Lenny Bogart and the 25 of Gary Stevens coming into contact. 5 laps are down. This should be a double file restart, as we have not reached the halfway point yet. So Bruce Sloan and Scott Dickey still up on the number 1 row. Point champion back there in spot number 5 right now. He's out of Middletown, New York with the Greg Rowe Collision number 9. Running in spot number 6 right now is the 04 Junior. So Mark Huber not quite sure where he's supposed to be. He's supposed to start right outside of the 77 of Jimmy Hauser in spot number 8. So Huber now falls back into place. The winners and the 30 lap and 50 lap small block and big block features. As the pace car swings it down into the low side up in turn number 3. Bruce Sloan once again very, very quick off of turn number 4, hangs on to the number 1 spot, but here comes Scott Dickey. Scott Dickey now right on the back bumper down towards turn number 1 is steady. Eddie Redner makes his way into the top 4 running order. Running back there in spot number 4, going to try to close the gap on Kevin Van Valkenburg. Mark Huber working his way through the pack very, very nicely now down the back straightaway. Down into turn number 3. Bruce Sloan beginning to stretch out that number 1 margin just a little bit over Scott Dickey. Van Valkenburg trying to close the gap between himself and runner-up Dickey. Down towards turn number 1. Mark Huber working very, very well up on the high side. The Tail Fabrications, Olson Todd, number 7, running it back in spot number 6 right now, side by side net with Lenny Bogart. Down the back straightaway towards turn number 3. Bogart now looks down to the low side of Smith. 3 cars all want the number 5 spot as we come off of turn number 4. Problems at the halfway point. Yellow flag out around the speedway. So Mark Huber sits up in turn number 4 all by himself with the Tail Fabrications number 7. 3. Not faring too well, came to a rest up there. Racing debris all picked up. Track as safe as it can be right now. Very, very quick as the pace car. Swings it down to the low side up in turn number 3. Bruce Sloan, still your number 1 man, trying to pick up another victory here in the 1990 season, but he's got Scott Dickey and Kevin Van Valkenburg glued to the back bumper off of turn number 4 down the front straight. Away we go. Bruce Sloan, your number 1 man. Here comes Lenny Bogart. Bogart running back in spot number 5. Right now looks up to the high side of Redner. Off of turn number 2, side by side, down the back straightaway for spot number 4. Donnie Smith slowing just a little bit in between now turns number 3 and 4. Lenny Bogart takes over the number 4 spot with the peak performance. 04 Junior running very, very well up on the high side. Now begins to try and close the gap on Kevin Van Valkenburg. Lenny Bogart up on the high side of turn number 2 right now, looking for the proper bite off of turn number 2, down the back straight. Away we go. Kevin Van Valkenburg hangs on to the number 3 spot right now, trying to close in on Scott Dickey, this time off of turn number 4, 10 laps down, 5 to go for Bruce Sloan. 5 more times around, and Bruce Sloan comes home with a feature win here this evening. Scott Dickey still hanging on to the runner-up spot with Kevin Van Valkenburg running back in 3rd with Lenny Bogart, trying to close the gap now as we head down towards turn number 3. Van Valkenburg holding off Bogart now as we go down off of turn number 4. Van Valkenburg looks up to the high side, allows Bogart to get a nose in down low. Not quite enough this time as Van Valkenburg trying to find a way around Scott Dickey. Eddie Redner tries to sneak a nose in. Not quite enough this time off of turn number 2. Holds on to the number 5 spot. Van Valkenburg still holding off the hard charging Bogart. Bogart now down to the low side, down in between turns number 3 and 4. Meanwhile, up in front, all by his lonesome, Bruce Sloan hangs on to the number 1 spot. Side by side, we got him for spot number 3. Van Valkenburg trying to hold off Bogart. In between turns number 1 and 2 right now. Bogart, the number 4 man. Van Valkenburg trying to go up to the high side of Dickey. Down the back straight, there we go. Everybody wants that runner-up spot. Bogart tries to sneak in way down low. Not quite enough room. Has to back out of it just a little bit. Side by side, we still got him off of turn number 4, the runner-up spot up for grabs. Kevin Van Valkenburg running a super race here this evening, trying to pick up the runner-up spot away from Scott Dickey. Dickey now back to spot number 2, and here comes Eddie Redner. Redner now gets down to the low side of Bogart in between turns number 1 and 2. They battle it out for spot number 4 as Van Valkenburg sneaks by Scott Dickey to take over the runner-up spot. In between turns number 3 and 4, off of turn number 4, the white flag set to fly this time for race leader Bruce Sloan. 4 more left-hand turns, and he comes home with a feature win as Kevin Van Valkenburg hangs on to the runner-up spot. Scott Dickey 3rd. Eddie Redner now tries to get into the top 3. Looks down to the low side of Scott Dickey. Down towards turn number 3. Side by side we go. Redner gaining the spot, heading down towards turn number 3. Dickey not giving up the fight. Looks down to the low side. Meanwhile, up at turn number 4, dual checker. Flags are flying for the Z28 of Bruce Sloan. 2nd is Kevin Van Valkenburg. 3rd is Lenny Bogart. 4th, Eddie Redner. And 5th, Scott Dickey. Once again on the 1990 season, climbing out of the car for the 2nd Dirt Sportsman feature winner of the evening, the Z28 of Bruce Sloan. Bruce Sloan back in victory lane for the 3rd or 4th time in the 1990 here this evening. Climbing out of the car, the winner of the Dirt Sportsman feature number 1, the Magnum Fabrications number 357, is Gary Huber. We're going to step over here and talk to Bruce for a minute. Bruce, first of all, congratulations on a great race. How many feature wins in 1990 for you?
This makes 5. I've been having a hard time lately. Been in a lot of accidents, not finishing, but I'm glad I did. I got to thank Sammy, Roger, and all those guys because they helped me out a lot. My dad, Kevin Cross, and everybody else that helps me out my pit, because without them I wouldn't be here.
Well, that's what it takes. It takes a team, but it also takes a good driver, and that you definitely are. 5 feature wins. Once again, congratulations on a great race here this evening.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Bruce Sloan picking up victory number 5 in the 1990 season. Once again, congratulations on a great race. How many wins does this make for you in 1990?
This is number 3 for this year. We've been plagued with mechanical problems for the whole last half part of the season. With 5 laps to go tonight, I lost my power steering again. I ran the last 5 laps with no steering. The crew did a good job. We got the car hooked up, Magnum Fabrications, Barry's Auto Parts. We pulled through, and we won it.
Well, that's the way to do your sponsor proud. You picked up a victory here this evening. Congratulations on a great race.
Thanks a lot. Works for me.
Okay, Gary Huber picking up a victory here this evening in the first Dirt Sportsman feature event.
Oh, number 9 in spot number 17, the 280, Brad Holland. Alongside Brad in the number 77, Jimmy Johnson. Row number 10 in 19th position, the 17H of Tom Hindley. Alongside Tom in the number 244, Chris Whitehead. Row number 11, 21st starting spot, the K3, Bobby Crunk. Alongside Bob, the number 73, Johnny Marsh. Final row, 12th row, starting in 23rd position, the number 48, Robbie Green. And alongside Robbie, the number 87, Rich Rosa. Feature event action, the Hudson Valley Good Old Guys pace car takes them down the back straightaway. 30 laps, and we're set to go race small block modified style. The Good Old Guys pace car says bye-bye to the field of small block modifieds. It takes it into the infield right now. Howie Finch, the Countryside Oil car, your pole setter, your pace setter. We come out of turn number 4 this time. We pull the trigger, the green flag flies, and here we go. Howie Finch grabs that number 1 spot. Halbrick right there in spot number 2. Gary Lusher, the 44L car, up on the rim shot. Down the back straightaway. Here comes Red Muir for spot number 3. Bobby Hayes on the inside. Hayes, the number 17 junior car, back there in spot number 4. Lusher up on the outside, losing valuable racing ground. Down the home straightaway. Your race leader, the Countryside Oil, the 25 of Howie Finch. Second spot, the number 717, Everett Halbrick. Red Muir back there in 3rd spot. Bobby Hayes is 4th. Kirk Van Duzer back there in spot number 5. Howie Finch, the early race leader, already with almost a straightaway lead over the remainder of that small block modified running order. Howie Finch down the home straightaway this time. Finch holds on to the number 1 spot. Second spot is Everett Halbrick. 3rd, Red Muir. Bobby Hayes back there in spot number 4. Kirk Van Duzer back in spot number 5. Steve Dodd back there running in spot number 6 as Bobby Hummer comes out around the outside of Bill Vianella for spot number 7. Hummer on the outside, Hetzler on the inside, taking over spot number 8. Vianella now back to spot number 9, but here comes Stevie Boucher. Boucher on the inside, picking up that 9th running order position. And Howie Finch holds on to the lead. Finch, your number 1 rider right now. Finch holds onto it by a long shot. Down the back chute they motor. Halbrick back there in spot number 2. Red Muir is 3rd. Bobby Hayes back there in the number 4 spot. Top 5 running order right now. The 24K. Kirk Van Duzer. The yellow flag comes out. Yellow out. The R7 up, guys. And Magnum Fabrications out of Riverdale, New Jersey. And the pace car back to the inside right now. And Howie Finch ready to go back to racing. Caution lights turned out. The race safe systems are off. And we come out of turn number 4. The green flag flies, and we go back to racing. Howie Finch once again grabs the number 1 spot. Finch holds on to the lead. Halbrick 2nd. Muir on the inside. Hayes on the outside for spot number 3. Stevie Boucher coming through the pack very, very quickly. Back there in spot number 6 right now. Howie Finch holds on to the lead. Finch out of turn number 4 right now. Halbrick back there in spot number 2. Bobby Hayes, the 17 car, 3rd spot. Red Muir is 4th, and here comes Stevie Boucher on the outside. Boucher comes up to play right now for spot number 5. And Stevie Boucher, the Supreme Manufacturing car, up on the high side, looking for spot number 4. Howie Finch got a very, very comfortable lead right now, up there in the number 1 spot. Halbrick back there in spot number 2. Everett Halbrick is 2nd. 3rd spot, the side-by-side battle is on. Bobby Hayes on the outside, Red Muir on the inside. Stevie Boucher up to the outside groove, rim riding out of turn number 2 this time. Boucher makes a break into the top 4 running order. Look out for the 17 car. Problems down the back straightaway, the 22 stretch area. Now Swan Shade 17 of Hetzler pulls away into his own power. Looks like he'll be rejoining the tail side of the field, not going back into the infield for a look-see over, as did Steve Dodd. Double file restart, 7 laps down, 23 to go. 27 of Stevie Botcher. Row number 3, the 2-car Red Muir, and the 44-car Bill Cherry, followed by the 24K Kirk Van Duzer, and the 53 Don Shepard. Now Stevie Botcher in the 27 car, a 5-time feature winner in 1990 so far. This could be his night. He's a very strong runner out there in the outside of turn number 2. Pace car back to the infield this time. We're set to go racing once again. They motor out of turn number 4. The green flag flies, and here we go. Howie Finch back in the number 1 spot, picks that left front wheel way up off the ground. Coming out of turn number 2, Botcher onto the inside for spot number 3. And Bill Cherry gets up to the number 2 spot. Cherry right now, the asphalt pavements car. He's in second. Third spot, the 27 of Stevie Botcher. Fourth place, the number 17, Bobby Hayes Jr. Hayes back there in the number 4 spot. Brett Hearn now wraps up the top 5 running order. Hearn back there in the number 5 place right now, followed by the 717 of Halbrick and the 53 Don Shepard. Shepard now comes up on spot number 6. Halbrick back there in spot number 7. Howie Finch, the Countryside Oil car, holds on to the number 1 spot. Bill Cherry is second. Steve Botcher back there in spot number 3. Brett Hearn now comes up for spot number 4. Botcher onto the inside. Botcher looks down low for spot number 2. Not quite enough oomph this time to get by the 44 Bill Cherry. Cherry holds on to the runner-up spot, but it's a bumper-to-bumper battle for that number 2 place right now. Bill Cherry holds on to that second spot. Stevie Botcher right there in a heartbeat for spot number 3. Fourth place is the 6-car Brett Hearn. Hearn up onto the outside. Don Shepard back there in spot number 5. Howie Finch holds on to the lead. Bill Cherry is second. Stevie Botcher third. Brett Hearn back in spot number 4. Don Shepard, the RJL Express number 53 car. He rounds out the top 5 running order right now. Howie Finch holds on to the lead. Bill Cherry back there in second. Botcher back onto the inside. Botcher closing in down low. Botcher got a nose on the inside groove going down the back straightaway. Stevie Botcher very strong. We've got problems with the R7 down there in turn number 1. The R7 of Bobby Hummer Jr. slamming that first turn outer bumper guardrail very, very hard. And the Hummer motor, that is the Hummer Motorsports car out of Washington, New Jersey, by Ed Smith Auto Mall down there behind the main grandstand. Caution lights getting turned out. Pace car back to the infield right now. The Hudson Valley pace car back to the infield. We set to go racing once again as the green flag gets ready. Howie Finch on the inside. On a turn number 2 they come. Green flag flies, and here we go. Howie Finch up to the high side for the number 1 place, but here comes Botcher on the inside. Stevie Botcher grabs the number 2nd place. Botcher back there in spot number 2 right now. Bill Cherry third. Here comes Brett Hearn. Hearn on the inside, spot number 4, and Don Shepard rounds out the top 5. Howie Finch holds on to the lead. Stevie Botcher now second. Brett Hearn on the inside. Hearn comes up to play right now for spot number 3, and Brett Hearn sews up the top 3 running order. Bill Cherry back there in spot number 4. Don Shepard back in spot number 5. Howie Finch got his work cut out for him. Not even at the halfway point yet, and he's got what he got. Stevie Botcher, Brett Hearn right there in second and third place. Howie Finch running a fine racing groove out here. Stevie Botcher still second. Brett Hearn is third. Bill Cherry back there in spot number 4. Don Shepard back in spot number 5. Coming up on the halfway point this time. 15 laps down, 15 to go, the halfway point, but the yellow flag coming out this time. Yellow out. Yellow flies, and that is the 27 of Brett Hearn. Third place right now, 13 wins in the 1990 racing season. The Freightliner trucks and Newberg number 6 of Brett Hearn. Fourth place with the feature win in the 1990 season, the Asphalt Pavements 44 car, Bill Cherry. Followed by the 17 of Bobby Hayes. Well, we're set to go racing once again. Pace car back to the infield. Single file style. In the 25 of Howie Finch, going to bring that back at 358 modifieds. On a turn number 4 this time. Starter Kenny Marshall got the green flag flying. And we go racing once again. Howie Finch back there in the number 1 spot. A lot of smoke coming out of one of those cars. We got problems down in turn number 1. Robbie Green. Robbie Green bringing back out the yellow flag with a lot of smoke coming out of the tail side of that car, the RW Contracting 48 car. Bringing out the yellow flag right now as that car comes to a rest down there between turns number 1 and 2 ways. The good old guys Magnum Fabrications feature event. Pace car back to the infield right now. Howie Finch knows that the heat is on with Steve Botcher and Brett Hearn back there in spots number 2 and 3. Set to go racing once again. Coming out of turn number 4, the green flag flies, and here we go. One, 2, and 3 on a turn number 2 this time. Howie Finch holds on to the lead. Stevie Botcher still second. Brett Hearn third right now. Bill Cherry back there in spot number 4, followed by the 53, Don Shepard. Shepard rounds out the top 5 running order right now in the North Church Technical number 53 car. Howie Finch knows that the heat is on. The yellow flag coming out once again. Yellow out. Now the number 73, Johnny Marsh, and the Painter Auto Body number 73 got 16 laps down. 16 down, 14 more to go. To the race safe systems, and right now the Johnny Marsh car scrambling to get a tail starting spot once again in the 73 mount. Pace car back to the infield, set to go racing once again. Howie Finch, the Countryside Oil car, comes on a turn number 4. Green flag flies, and we go back to racing. Stevie Botcher got a nose on the inside this time. Not quite enough room to get by the 25 car. Howie Finch down the back straight away, they motor. Finch holds on to the lead. Botcher right there in second. Third spot right now, the number 6 car, Brett Hearn. Hearn back there in third. Bill Cherry back in spot number 4, followed by the 53, Don Shepard. 25 of Howie Finch knows that it's time to go racing. He's got a lot of hard chargers right there on his tail right now. Botcher and Hearn second and third. Fourth place, still the number 44 car, Bill Cherry, followed by the 53, Don Shepard. Kirk Van Duzer back there in spot number 6 right now with the 24K mount. Bumper to bumper to bumper down there. In turns 1 and 2, Botcher got a nose it on the inside once again. Howie Finch likes that outside groove. He keeps the RPMs up on the rim shot. Down in turn number 4. The bottom side is open. Will Steve Botcher take advantage of it? Coming out of turn number 4, Botcher on the inside, Finch on the outside, and the drag race is on! Botcher down low, Finch up high, 3 abreast racing down in turn number 2, and Botcher threads the needle down the back straightaway. Botcher, bonsai takeover in the threading the needle action. And Stevie Botcher, now your new race leader. Howie Finch on the outside. Here comes Hearn on the inside. Brett Hearn on the inside. The caution flag is out of the race to the caution. With the yellow flag out, Johnny Marsh sideways.
Hey, get up on that flag. Leave him alone.
Well, with 20 laps down, the yellow flag comes out. Single file restart. Stevie Botcher, your current race leader. Second spot is the number 20 of Brett Hearn. Third, the 25 of Howie Finch. Fourth, the 44, Bill Cherry, followed by the 53, Don Shepard. 20, Brett Hearn's going to make it number 14. Well, 10 more laps. Going to tell the whole story out here tonight at the Orange County Speedway. Pennsylvania, the Supreme Manufacturing number 27 car knows that he's got his work cut out for him. Hot shoe, Brett Hearn right there like a shadow in spot number 2. Howie Finch is third, Bill Cherry fourth, and Don Shepard rounding out the top 5. Now we go racing. 10 more laps to go. Pace car back to the infield. Starter Kenny Marshall got the green flag applying. Here we come down the home straightaway once again, and we go back to racing. Stevie Botcher knows that he's got to drive a very masterful race out here right now. Botcher holds on to the lead down the back straightaway. Brett Hearn right there in spot number 2. Howie Finch is third. Bill Cherry back in spot number 4. We go racing down in turns 3 and 4 right now. Botcher trailing that field coming out of turn number 4. Hearn right there like a shadow in spot number 2. Stevie Botcher holds on to that lead. Brett Hearn trailing him right there in spot number 2. Howie Finch back there in third spot. Bill Cherry is fourth. John Shepard back there in spot number 5. Stevie Botcher knows that he cannot flaw, cannot error at all. Botcher back there in the number 1 spot. Hearn closing up that gap in spot number 2. Howie Finch back there in third right now. Bill Cherry is fourth. John Shepard back in spot 5. Hearn comes on strong on the inside, down at turn number 4 this time. The drag races on, and Botcher wins that duel early down the home straightaway. Hearn looks on to the inside. Just enough racing room coming out of turn number 2 right now. Botcher holds off the hard-charging Brett Hearn down the back chute they motor. Hearn once again very strong in the turns, handles that car very, very well. Hearn onto the inside. Not quite enough racing room coming out of turn number 4 this time. Stevie Botcher knows that he cannot err at all because Brett Hearn right there waiting to make it number 14 this year. Hearn back there in the runner-up position right now. Howie Finch back in third spot. Bill Cherry is fourth. Coming up on 5. More laps to go. 5 to go this time around. Still anybody's win out here tonight. Stevie Botcher holds on to the lead. Brett Hearn right there for spot number 2. Bumper to bumper, they motor right down on turn number 2, nose and tail. Anybody's win out here tonight for this 30 lap small block modified feature win. Brett Hearn back there in second spot. Will he find the horsepower that he needs to get out around the top of Stevie Botcher? Down to the inside of turn number 4. Botcher down to the inside groove. If Hearn wants Botcher, he's going to have to go on the outside the way it looks so far. Let's see what happens now coming out of turn number 2. Hearn finds the nose on the inside. Hearn, hey, he left the bottom door open. Botcher on the outside. Brett Hearn on the inside. Wheel to wheel. They race now in turns number 3 and 4. The drag race set coming down the home straightaway. Hearn on the inside. Botcher has him by a half a car length going into turn number 1. Botcher keeps the RPMs up on the rim shot. Rim riding coming out of turn number 2 right now. Botcher just a little bit stronger than Brett Hearn. Will Brett Hearn find the power in the last lap? We're coming up on 2 laps to go. Bumper to bumper, still anybody's feature win out here tonight. Hey, what's going to happen right now coming down the home straightaway? Stevie Botcher holds on to it. Time is running out, just 2 more laps to go. Botcher on the inside. Hearn looks up to the outside. Now the bottom side open once again. There is Botcher's weak point. Hearn gets down a little too far on the inside. Hearn a little too far on the inside. We're coming up on the white flag lap this time. Stevie Botcher, Brett Hearn, nose and tail. The white flag comes out. Watch this race of the year right now. Hearn on the outside. 1 more lap to go. Botcher down low. Nose and tail. He can throw a blanket over those top 2 runners. Down the back straightaway. Hearn looks down to the inside. Not quite enough racing room. He'll have to take him on the outside. Hearn knows the time's running out. Hearn up to the outside. Botcher on the inside. Here we come on turn number 4. And taking the feature win by a half a car length is Stevie Botcher. Second spot, the number 6, Brett Hearn. Howie Finch is third. Bill Cherry is fourth. And spot number 5, Kirk Van Duzer. Manufacturing, 27, Stevie Botcher. For the number 27, Stevie Botcher. Well, Stevie getting congratulated right now by his pit crew and the Hudson Valley Good Olds guys. Steve Botcher, I'll tell you what, that had to be the most exciting race you've ever run in your entire career.
That was a fun one. We had to make our car a little wide at the end there, but hopefully everything's still all right.
You saw Brett Hearn come up alongside of you with only a lap to go. Did you think it was all over?
I kind of thought it was. You know, he's really strong. Once he got aside of me, I thought I was finished, but I pinched him down a little bit. We just wanted to win.
Well, you posted one of the biggest challenges of Brett Hearn of the entire 1990 racing season. Congratulations, win number 6. Tell me, are we going to talk to you one more time tonight?
That would be nice. We got a good night going.
All right, there you have it. The Supreme Manufacturing, Cliff Krause, own number 27, Stevie Botcher. Fitting event is the number 74 of Jeff Hetzler. And that's just a taste of some of the work of Magnum Fabrications and that very, very sleek number 74 body that they have fabricated for Jeff Hetzler. Once again, Magnum Fabrications out of Riverdale, New Jersey. Certainly the folks you want to see if you're thinking about getting into race cars. Providers of race car chassis and sheet metal work. The Hudson Valley Good Olds Guys Association coming on board tonight as the primary sponsor. And that sleek Cutlass Supreme pace car we see pacing this field, the big block modifieds down the back straightaway. The new generation of Oldsmobile down the back stretch right now. That'll be pulling into the infield. Caution lights getting turned out. We're set to pull the trigger on 50 laps of big block modified. Feature excitement. Bart Brels down there, the 701 car. He's your pole sitter coming out of turn number 4. Green flag flies, and here we go. Chris Tunnell, the JC Dyno car, grabs that number 1 spot. Look out for Art Brels. Yeah, it's going to be a complete restart. And we got ourselves a racing parking lot down there between turns number 1 and 2. The 701 of Art Brels. Right now, 280 Brad Holland not being able to fire up that car. Once again, a complete restart. Tap. The caution lights have been turned out in the Good Olds Guys, Hudson Valley Good Olds Guys Association pace car. Back to the infield right now. Chris Tuthill finds himself the pole sitter in the JC Dyno number 7M car. They motored their way out of turn number 4 this time. The green flag flies, and here we go. Pittenger on the outside, dropping back in the number 2 spot. Chris Tuthill rides the rim shot. Coming out of turn number 2, holds on to the number 1 place battle down the back straightaway. The race leader right now, the 7M, Chris Tuthill. Second spot, Carl Pittenger. Third spot, the 280, Brad Holland. Holland in the 280 car. Back there running in third right now. Here comes Richie Urick coming inside. Urick coming up the play right now. Makes a break into the top three running order. And Rich Urick in the Countryside Oil number 10 car now grabs that third place. Brad Holland is fourth. And Coyle Van Horn back there in spot number 5. Van Horn, the Harmony, Sand and Gravel number 71 E-car, rounding out the top 5 running order. Chris Tuthill, the JC Dino Mount, stretching out that number 1 spot. Tuthill very strong down in turn number 2 right now. Carl Pittenger is second. Rich Urick is third. Brad Holland, something wrong, dropping off the pace down the back straightaway. And Holland safely getting back into the infield right now. That puts the 71E of Carl Van Horn back there in the number 4th place. And the battle for spot number 5 going on right now between the number 6 car, Brett Hearn, and the Magnum Fabrication body number 74 of Jeff Hetzler. Hetzler on the inside, Hearn on the outside. Spot number 5 going up for grabs. We've got problems down in turn number 2 with the 1R car of Sammy Rogers. That brings out the yellow flag. Yellow out. Hetzler making a battle for the number 5 position. Brakes coming out of turn number 4 right now. And the Diet Pepsi Express number 74 car now comes to a rest on the 46 more to go. Double file race start. Chris Tuthill, your current race leader, comes out of turn number 4. The green flag flies, and we go back to racing. Now the battle is on for spot number 2. Urick on the inside. Rich Urick grabs that number 2 spot. Third spot right now, it's Carl Pittenger. Brett Hearn makes a break into the top 4. Carl Fuzzy Van Horn rounds out the top 5 running order. Van Horn on the inside, Cozy on the outside. Frank Cozy, the Waits Construction car, tries to make a break into the top 5 running order. Chris Tuthill holds on to the lead. Rich Urick back there in spot number 2. Urick up to the high side. Hearn tries to make a squeeze into the inside for spot number 3. The door gets closed by Carl Pittenger. Pittenger still running back there in third. Hearn is fourth. Carl Van Horn, Frank Cozy side by side right now for spot number 5. Cozy takes over the number 5 place right now. Cozy makes a break into the top 5 running order. Frank Cozy on a wind gap. Pennsylvania now 5th, but here comes Brett Hearn up alongside the inside of Carl Pittenger. Hearn takes over the 3rd place. Hearn down 3rd, Pittenger 4th. Frank Cozy back in spot number 5. Taking shape for what looks to be one of the strongest big block modified battles of the 1990 season. Chris Tuthill holds on to the lead. Urick back there in spot number 2. Brett Hearn. Hearn down onto the inside. Hearn down low. Urick up on the outside. Wheel to wheel. Down the back chute they motor for spot number 2. 3rd place, 4th place battle right now. Frank Cozy on the inside. Pittenger on the outside. Cozy looking good. Hearn tries to make a break into the top 2 running order. Brett Hearn down wheels that Freightliner trucks a Newberg number 6 car in spot number 2. Hearn back there in that 2nd place, Chris Tuthill. Tuthill the leader. Hearn sets his sights right now on race leader Chris Tuthill. Hearn trying to close up that gap very, very quickly. Rich Urick back there in 3rd. Frank Cozy is 4th. Carl Pittenger back in spot number 5, followed by Carl Van Horn. Van Horn back there in the number 6 place right now. Chris Tuthill holds on to the lead. Tuthill holds on to the lead. Brett Hearn now pacing himself back in spot number 2. Hearn knows that we got a lot of racing to go yet. Hearn looks on to the inside, coming out of turn number 2. Hearn onto the inside groove down the home straightaway. Tuthill very strong with a JC Dino number 7 M car from right here in Middletown, New York. Tuthill on the outside. He opens up the inside for Hot Shoe Brett Hearn. Hearn moves up to the inside this time. Wheel to wheel they go, and turns number 3 and 4. The battle for the 1st place is now on. Hearn on the inside, coming out of turn number 4. Road racing down the home straightaway as Brett Hearn grabs the number 1 place right now. Hearn, your new race leader after 11 laps of competition. Hearn, now your leader, Tuthill back in 2nd. Urick is 3rd. Cozy back there in spot number 4, followed by Carl Pittenger. Pittenger rounds out the top 5 with Carl Van Horn back in spot number 6. Cozy now moving very quickly on the inside of Rich Urich. Cozy wheels the Waits Construction 44 car onto the inside. Urich on the outside. Down the back chute, they now battle for spot number 3. Third place battle is on. Urich on the outside with a nose advantage over Urich on the inside. Urich holds on to that third place battle. And Cozy back there in spot number 4 gets squeezed out of competition. Cozy not giving up the fight. He's onto the inside once again of Urich. The battle right now going on for the number 3 place. Urich and Cozy side by side. Hearn now stretching out the number 1 spot. Chris Foothill still back there in spot number 2. Third place battle continues. Now Cozy takes over spot number 3. The Waits car now up there in third spot. Urich back in spot number 4. Carl Pittenger in spot number 5. Something wrong with Gary Edwards. He drops off the pace. He's on the outside. Edwards on the outside after 15 laps, and that's going to bring out the yellow right now. Yellow out. Green flag racing once again. Three abreast this time down the straightaway. Hearn back to the number 1 spot. Cozy onto the inside. Cozy now takes over spot number 2. Frank Cozy gets second. Chris Foothill third. Rich Urich back in spot number 4. Carl Van Horn rounds out the top 5 running order. Hearn once again stretching out that first place lead, but Hot Shoe back there in second spot. Frank Cozy. Cozy, a very good runner in long distance events here at the Orange County Speedway. Winner of the 1989 Eastern States race here at Orange County, now running back there in spot number 2. Third spot, the JC Dino 7M car. That is Chris Tudhill. Fourth is the 10 car of Rich Urich, followed by the 71E of Van Horn. Hearn breaks out of that back right now, stretching out the number 1 spot. Breathing a sigh of relief in the first place battle down the back straightaway. Look out down at turn number 2. Yellow flag coming out. Yellow out. Well, the caution lights come on around the speedway. The number 22 Stan Sherman having problems down there along the backstretch. As he got that car around sideways, going to be requiring some assistance right now from the Vernon Mobile Wrecking Crew. Double file Race County Speedway. We're set to go racing once again. Green flag comes back out, and Brad Hearn wastes no time at all. Grabbing back the number 1 spot. Hearn up to the high side. Cozy right there in spot number 2. Richie Urich is still third. Urich down the back straightaway in third spot. Chris Tudhill back there in spot number 4. Carl Pittenger. Carl Van Horn wheel to wheel right now for spot number 5. Brett Hearn stretching out that number 1 spot once again. Hearn in the Freightliner Express car out of Vernon, New Jersey. Point champion in the big block modified ranks here at the Orange County Speedway for the 1990 season. Frank Cozy doing a good job back there in spot number 2. Of course, Cozy, not a regular here at the Orange County Speedway, but a hot shoe when he does appear at the 5/8 mile. Cozy with a very prestigious win back in 1989, the Eastern States Weekend 200-lap win. With another feature win, the qualifier here in the earlier this stage of this 1990 season. So Cozy, when he does show up here at the Speedway, very, very potent. And Cozy always good in the long distance events here in Orange County. Is Cozy just holding back, or does he have the horsepower that he needs to close up that gap between himself and Brett Hearn? Hearn driving a flawless race right now, 21 laps in the book, not quite at the halfway point. Remember, will Brett Hearn's tires be able to take him the entire 50-lap distance? As Hearn used up a lot of that car, coming through that back to get that number 1 spot. Frank Cozy back there in spot number 2. Richie Urich still third. Botcher has now made a break into the top 5 running order. Stevie Botcher, winner of the small block race out here just a couple of minutes ago, now back there in spot number 5. Chris Tuthill with a good show out here tonight. Back there in spot number 4, Tuthill 4th, Botcher 5th, Carl Van Horn back in spot number 6. Van Horn out of Belvedere, New Jersey with a Harmony Sand and Gravel car. Now out of the top 5 running order, but having a good night out here in the 5/8 mile. Brett Hearn continues to stretch out that number 1 gap over Frank Cozy. Cozy second on a Wind Gap, Pennsylvania, the Waits Construction car. Richie Urich still third, Tuthill 4th. The halfway point coming up this time. Halfway, 25 laps now complete, and 25 more circuits around the 5/8 mile for Brett Hearn. And he can make himself a $3,000 paycheck out here tonight. Hearn picking up strength as time goes on in the Freightliner Express car. Cozy still second, Urich is third. Botcher back there in spot number 5, closing in very, very quickly on 4th spot runner, Chris Tuthill. Tuthill back there in the number 4 place go-round right now. He knows that the heat is on. Botcher right there like a magnet in spot number 5. Botcher and the Higbee brothers, Mr. K's carpet car out of Lehighton, Pennsylvania, rounding out the top 5 running order. Brett Hearn with lots of elbow space between himself and second spot runner Frank Cozy. Cozy trying all he's got to garner up enough horsepower to close up that racing gap. A long way to go, a half a straightaway lead right now by Brett Hearn. Hearn holds on to the lead. Cozy second, Urich third, Tuthill 4th, Botcher back in spot number 5. Billy Wilson now grabbing spot number 6, Carl Van Horn is 7th. Tom Hager, the R&R Provisions car, back there in spot number 8. Carl Pittenger, the Circle K car, back in spot number 9. And currently running back in spot number 10, the number 79 car, Roger Horvath. Horvath rounds out the top 10 running order. Just behind him, the Goshen Plaza Diner 88 car, Frank Jarzembowski. Well, Jarzembowski back there in spot number 11. Ralph Hetzler chasing him down in spot number 12. And Bill Cherry back in spot number 13. Something wrong with Luke Plant's car. Plant now getting set to go back to the infield, coming all the way from Drummond, Ontario, Canada out here tonight. And Plant goes back to the infield right now with the Extend number 1X car. Hearn down there in turn number 2. Cozy still back in spot number 2. Urich is third, Tuthill 4th. Botcher on the inside. Tuthill slows coming out of turn number 2. Botcher picks up spot number 4. Stevie Botcher saw Tuthill slowing coming into turn number 2. Tuthill went high, Botcher went low, and Botcher now picking up spot number 4. Davey Jenkins, the Gravity Flow number 47 car, also dropping out of this event. Jenkins going back to the infield, 31 laps down, complete 31 laps down. And Brett Hearn sees back markers in store. Hearn's going to come up to the tail side of the Higbee Brothers 97 car of Jerry Higbee. Higbee in the backup team car. Hearn goes up to the high side cautiously right now, making laps through that lap traffic field. Hearn puts a lap on Higbee, now sets his sights on lapping the 69 car Robbie Green. Hearn deep in the heart of lap traffic, down in turn number 2 right now. Cozy just entering the back marker picture. Cozy back in spot number 2. Urich is still third. Botcher back in spot number 4. Tuthill back in spot number 5 right now. Chris Tuthill rounding out the top 5 running order. The JC Dino 7M car. Brett Hearn looks to put a lap on Stevie Barron in the Coors Silver Bullet Racing mount. Hearn gets by Barrett down the back straightaway. Cozy still back in spot number 2. Urich is third. Botcher back in spot number 4. Tuthill 5th, followed by Wilson back in spot number 6. Van Horn is 7th. Hager 8th. Pittenger 9th, and Horvath rounds out the top 10 running order. Brett Hearn, a little bit of a relief right now before he encounters some more back markers. 35 laps now complete. Brett Hearn sets his sights on more back markers down there in turn number 2. Cozy just entering turn number 2 in second place. Urick is third. Botcher back there in spot number 4 right now. Chris Tuthill still back in spot number 5. Botcher got the light blue number 97 car. Back in spot number 4. Hearn down here in turn number 2 right now. Hearn is your leader in turn number 2. Cozy trying all he's got to close up that gap, but Hearn just too dominating out there tonight. Hearn very, very powerful. Got that old home track advantage once again over Frank Cozy. Hearn using up a lot of tire, trying to get around these back markers. Hearn goes up to the outside. Hearn coming up on the tail side of the 28 car tonight, being piloted by Bill Cherry. Hearn once again looking up to the outside of Cherry this time. Cozy in the meantime getting a chance to close up that gap a little bit. Hearn on the outside. Hearn working well in the outside groove. Lapping more cars down in turn number 2. Cozy says it's time to close up this gap. Back here in spot number 2. Third spot still Rich Urick. Fourth it's the 97 car. Stevie Botcher followed by the 7 and Chris Tuthill. Urick in the Collier Motor Company number 10 car. Coming up on 10 laps to go, 10 to go this time around. Brett Hearn knows that the end is near. Can he hold on to 10 more laps of hard modified competition? Working well through the back markers right now. Hearn looking for a $3,000 first place paycheck out here tonight. Back markers getting the move over sign. Hearn coming up on the top 10 running order right now. Brett Hearn holds on at a number 1 place. Second place is still the 44 car, Frank Cozy. Third to number 10, Rich Urick. Fourth place, cozying in very, very quickly. The 97 of Stevie Botcher. Back in spot number 5 would now be the number 7 car of Billy Wilson. Wilson has now made a break into the top 5, dropping Tuthill out of that top 5 running order. Hearn midway down the back straightaway. Brett Hearn having to finish off this race on the high side, getting around the back markers. Hearn cautiously getting around lap traffic, now coming up on 10th place runner Roger Horvath. Hearn very, very strong out here tonight. Cozy just entering that field of back markers down in turn number 2. Third spot still the Collier Motor Company number 10 car. Richie Urick, fourth place right there like a shot on the 97 of Stevie Botcher. Back in spot number 5, the 7 car, Billy Wilson. Hearn makes a break out into the clean open air once again. And the number 6 car down in turn number 2. 5 more laps to go coming up next time around. 5 to go. In the Freightliner Trucks and Newberg car, getting that 5 to go sign this time around. Hearn with a straightaway lead over second spot runner Frank Cozy. Cozy deep in the heart of lap traffic back there in turn number 2 right now in spot number 2. Third spot still the number 10 car, Rich Urick. Urick in third right now. Stevie Botcher back there in spot number 4. Botcher fourth place, and Botcher is closing in on Rich Urick. Botcher may have a stab at the top 3 running order. Time is running out for Rich Urick back there in spot number 3. Urick going by us right now. Botcher closing in very quickly. Billy Wilson back there in spot number 5 with the number 7 car. Brett Hearn sees that $3,000 paycheck. And in just a couple of minutes, it's going to be paid to the order of Brett Hearn, the Freightliner Trucks and Newberg number 6 car. 3 abreast down the back straightaway right now as Cozy tries to hold on to spot number 2. 2 to go this time coming down. Hearn holds on to the number 1 spot. Cozy coming by us for spot number 2. Urich in the number 10 car. Still back in spot number 3. Urich coming out of that fourth turn right now. Botcher back in spot number 4. And Billy Wilson back in spot number 5. Stevie Botcher holds on to 4th place. Billy Wilson right there in spot number 5. White flag down right now. One more lap to go. Down the back straightaway, the motor. 50 laps, 6 laps on the line feature. 2 more will turn. And we go down the checkered flag. Coming on a third for 4 right now. And winner of the big block feature is Sept. Second spot, Frank Cozy. Third place right now, coming down the straightaway. Third place coming on a 4th turn right now. The number 10 of Rick Hewitt. Followed by Steve Botcher and Billy Wilson. Well, there you have it. He didn't have that easy of a time in the small block feature, but dominating this big block 50-lap feature event, the Freightliner Trucks of Newburgh, number 6 car, Brett Hearn. Second spot, the number 44, Frank 200-lap big block feature, and you can bet that Brett Hearn's going to be there for that one as he climbs out of the car right now. And he's got a lot of resting up to do if he wants to go to Lebanon Valley tomorrow. And he hopes it'll be that easy tomorrow afternoon. Brett Hearn, congratulations on dominating that 50-lap big block feature out there tonight.
Well, you know, it's cool out here, but it was hot in that car, and I run the car hard tonight. And we made some changes on this week. Everything seemed to work out good. We picked the right tires, and as always, the guys worked hard to get it here. So, again, this one's for them.
Well, you didn't have that easy of a time in the small block feature, getting beat out just at the wire by Stevie Botcher, but you certainly showed them all in the big block feature.
That was a heck of a race. You know, Steve did what he had to do, and I was doing what I had to do, and it was pretty wild. It was really a lot of fun.
And you certainly will be one of the fan favorites tomorrow at the big Lebanon Valley 200 race.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that. Hope everybody's there tomorrow.
Gonna get some sleep tonight, and maybe you'll be in Victory Lane tomorrow at the Lebanon Valley Speedway for their big 200-lap feature.
You bet. We'll put our crew in action tomorrow, fueling the car up and changing tires, and hopefully we'll come up with a good race strategy, and we'll be there at the end.
Well, there you have it. Brett Hearn winning the 50-lap big block feature out here tonight, and looking forward to tomorrow afternoon's festivities at the Lebanon Valley Speedway.